Ooh, baby, y'all come on and get in here and like and share this live. Baby, I don't even know what to say. It is just too much. Just get them in here and like and share, like and share, like and share. I know it's late, so we're actually just going to get right into it in just a second. Let me get rid of some of this stuff on my screen. Everybody come on in and like and share. Let's see. Come on in and like and share the live. Share it to the groups that you're in. Share it to your personal page. Share it all across the town. So I don't know if y'all seen this, and I'm pretty sure some of y'all have. But when I tell you, when you get into the details of it and the text messages and all of that, baby, I don't know what is going on. Everybody like and share, like and share. Share to your personal page. Share to the groups that you're in. Share it all across the town. Let me get to where I can do some sharing myself real quick too. And then we're just going to jump straight into it. Jump straight into it. Let's see. What is that doing there? Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can. Then let me go to. Baby, I know it's late for some of y'all, but baby, woo, I heard something. Baby, if you ain't got nothing to do tomorrow, this is where you want to be. We finna get all into it. So it is like the court documents have been released. Of course, you know that stuff is public record. And when I tell you it's so many text messages. Now, let me say this. I don't wish no bad for nobody. But one thing about it, when it come out, it is going to be talked about. So I hope that it's, not true. However, there are text message threads and all of that I don't even know if we'll get through all of it tonight. It's so many. So everybody come on in and like and share this live. Like and share so we can get into it. As the night goes on, we have a big super chat goal, a big super sticker goal. I heard something. Vicky P, thank you for being the first one with the cash app. She says, thank you for being you. Thank you, my love. Karen, thank you so much, Karen Mason, for the big cash app. She says, I'm here for it. Thank you so much, my love. Everybody come on in and like and share this live. Let me delete that. I don't even know what that just was. Let me add this. All right, y'all. We're going to jump straight into it. Just give me a couple minutes. I need everybody to like and share the live. Don't just say you shared it. Please share the live. I want to say hello to everybody. Hello, one, hello, all. Let's see. Miss Billy, thank you so much. The first one in the building to help towards the super chat goal. Please make sure you're sending a super chat and not a super sticker. Super chat to go towards the goal. Penny has put the cash up in there. So as we get into it, feel free to support the channel if you can. So I think we're just gonna hop right in. Let me see. I've shared. I do need to share. Let me share. Okay, this is here. So let me share here. Okay. I need everybody to please like and share the live. Again, share to the groups that you're in, especially. Tag a friend, bring them on in. And like and share the live. I'm doing a couple shares myself, and then we're jumping straight into it. Okay. Y'all put a number 77 in the chat if you shared the live. It's going to be less than 3 minutes, and we are going to get started and hop right into it. Put a number 77 in the chat if you have shared the live. If you don't know how to share the live, it's the arrow, and then you can click the share to where you want to share. You can also click the 3 dots, and you'll see the option to share there as well. If you don't know how to share it on YouTube for whatever reason, go to my Facebook. I made a I made a post for my YouTube on my Facebook. You can share that live there. All right. That's all the sharing I'm going to do tonight because I'm ready to get right into it. Donna Pitts, thank you so much, my love. Thank you for helping towards the super chat goal. Again, you all, please make sure you send in a super chat like Ms. Donna and Ms. Billy did and not a super sticker. All right, let's get into it. Everybody like and share as you're coming on in. So I saw a story, I believe it was on TMZ about, Tyler Perry and this guy who I'm not familiar with that filed a lawsuit against him. And so as I'm like looking at, let me see if I can bring that up. As I'm looking it over, I'm seeing all of this stuff or whatever. And then as I'm continuing to look, I actually see that the court documents and everything's been released. So let me just pull that up. Lord Jesus. So if I go like this, will it go in order? Let me see. Will it go in order? Wait, it's not going to go in order? Hold on, y'all. Okay, cool. Because, let me see what I want to do. Sort by name. Okay, cool. There we go. And then is it going to go in order now? Yep. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let me bring this over here. Let me take this over here. And let me bring this over here. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's see. Okay. Um, okay. Okay, cool. I can't get this one part that I want, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So let me take this down real quick and let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, and then let me see if I can, let's see. Everybody please like and share the live. Let me see if I can bring this over here too. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Okay, let me just do it like that. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. All right. So it says plaintiff. Let me get this out of the way real quick. And again, as we're continuing, y'all, please like and share the live. And I'm just reading this while y'all is reading it too. Oh, baby, and I told y'all to fix y'all drink, but hold on. One more thing I need to do. One more thing. Hold your line. Hold your line real quick. Uh-huh. Whew. All right. Let me see something real quick. So I had to figure out the text messages that they share. The text messages are actually in the court document, which was, sorry about that, which was confusing me at first. But we got it together. Okay. Let me get my drink. And baby, we probably is gonna have to do a part 2 because when I tell you this is quite extensive, it really is. It really, really, really is. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, plaintiff Derek Dixon files his complaint against defendant Tyler Perry, aka Emmett. I did not know his name was Emmett. Oh, let me do one more thing. What the hell? What the hell did I just do? What the hell did I just do? Okay, cool. Let me do one more thing real quick. Okay. So this just happened. This just came out today, and all of these articles and stuff just came out today, and so I didn't have a lot of time to prepare because this wasn't what my live was going to be about. But let's get into it. So the plaintiff Derek Dixon files his complaint against defendant Tyler Perry, aka Emmett Perry Jr., TPS Production Services, and Action LLC. Together, defendants are alleging the following. The following complaint is pled on information and belief. The case arises from sustained patterns of the workplace sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation perpetrated by Tyler Perry, a powerful media mogul. Plaintiff Derek Dixon, a professional actor and screenwriter. Mr. Perry is an American actor, filmmaker, and playwright, I guess it should be, who has built one of the most successful careers in the film and television industry. Mr. Perry took his success and power and used it to used his considerable influence in the entertainment industry to create and coerce sexual exploitative dynamic between Mr. Dixon, initially promising his career advancement and creating opportunities such as pilots and casting him in shows. Okay, let's continue. What number did we just leave that on? Leave that off. I need to pay attention to that. Number 12. All right. Only to subject him to escalating harassment, sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation where Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. These events occurred while Mr. Dixon was employed as a series regular on Tyler Perry's show, The Oval. And while Mr. Perry held a direct control over his employment, compensation, and creative opportunities, Tyler Perry rose against all odds to become one of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry. His success story, once a symbol of perseverance and self-made achievement, has now become a cautionary tale of how unchecked power, wealth, and influence. Oh shit, I forgot to see what number we was on again. Unchecked power, wealth, and influence. Let me see. Let me go back. Okay, so we were on 20. Okay. Unchecked power, wealth, and influence can corrupt those who attain it. Among other contracts, Perry received a lucrative multi-million partnership with Oprah Winfrey Network. Now, why they bringing Oprah into the bush? And his net worth tops $1.36 billion. Tyler Perry rise to fame and fortune elevating him from powerless victim to a figure of tremendous wealth, influence, and power, culminating in his own ownership of his own film studio. Rather than using his influence responsibly, Tyler Perry has engaged in a pattern of misconduct where he exploited his position of power. 126. Tyler Perry has been using his power and influence to abuse and impressionable and vulnerable employees and actors who look at him for guidance and mentorship. Everybody coming in, please like and share the live. Thank you, Karen Twin. Thank you, Miss Billy. We have a big super chat goal, big cash app goal. Please contribute if you can. So they're saying while in pursuit of the dreams. So just like Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, P. Diddy Combs, Kevin Spacey, Roger Ailes, and many others in the industry, Mr. Perry's success had led him to believe that money and influence can get him whatever he wants. That belief slowly transformed into the false idea that Mr. Perry can get whomever he wants. My God, on today. There are things in life that money just cannot buy. Mr. Perry sought one of the things with his wealth. Oh, Lord Jesus. You got to go. Okay, I'm just going to bring that up when I need it. Okay, Mr. Perry sought the one thing with his wealth and influence that could not be purchased, a S relationship with a man who would remain solid. Perry told Mr. Dixon that his ideal relationship would involve a male partner who he could provide for and who could be loyal to him emotionally detached. Perry told Dixon, whoever ends up with me is going to be a happy MNF for motherfucker. In essence, Mr. Perry desired a one-sided, coerced dynamic with subordinates and arranged devoid of mutual consent or emotional reciprocity. Thus began Perry's calculated pursuit of Mr. Dixon. So the text messages, all of this stuff is going to come. Baby, we just get started. This was not Mr. Perry's first instance of exploitation. He has demonstrated a troubling pattern. Let me take me a sip. My throat getting dry already. Everybody like and share the light. He has demonstrated a troubling pattern of exploiting vulnerable male actors and employees, leveraging his industry power to create a cycle of hope and dependency. First, he offers aspiring actors the prospect of career-defining opportunities, roles that promise visibility and advancement. Then, once they are in a professional orbit, he uses his weight and influence to ensnare them, positioning their success as contingent on meeting his demands, and a quid pro quo sexual promise. This pattern of behavior reveals a calculated use of professional power for leverage, leverage. Using his influence, Mr. Perry provided vulnerable men with acting position, roles, shows, contracts, cards, and money. Once the object of his desire was hooked, Tyler Perry would then put them in fear of losing it all unless they engage in Mr. Perry's perverted desire for sexual gratification. Mr. Perry would easily knock off a character in a show of an actor who failed to indulge in his fantasies. Okay. Oh my God, on today. Let's keep going. Text message to come. All right, so 24. In one such exchange, Perry stated that he could fix things because the actor of a show he was filming should all be scared because they were. Okay, let me read it. In one such exchange, Perry stated that he could fix things because the actor of a show he was filming should all be scared because the actors of a show should all be scared because they are all shot at and we don't know who lives. Meaning that Tyler Perry was going to use his tool to gain compliance with his desire. So then here's some of the text messages that's starting to come up. Miss Perfection, thank you for the super chat. Laconis, thank you for the super chat. Have a big super chat and a Cash App goal. So please support the channel if you can. So let me see if I can make the text message bigger. But I swear to you, I know how to fix this shit. So from the court document, they're saying this is Tyler Perry in the gray. I love unaliving a motherfucker in a show that no one expects. And then the other person says, you could be sipping Mai Tais, counting coconuts right now. Then they say, Tyler says, think about the last episode. They are all shot at. We don't know who lives. Then they said, exactly. I'm scared. They should be too. And then Tyler says, nope, they're not. And then the person says, last I checked, we all got the same bullets in us. Okay, let me see. So did we read? Okay, cool. We had 11. Derek Dixon was Mr. Perry's sexual desire ever since he became acquainted. Dixon was working as part of the event staff for a party hosted by Mr. Perry when Perry noticed him. Perry immediately offered Dixon a chance to audition for a part on one of his TV productions. Dixon agreed and was on set with Perry behind the camera for weeks with close quarters. During the time they were filming, Perry could send flirtatious texts to Dixon. For example, in one message, Perry stated that he was jealous when he saw Dixon going on a walk with another man named Brad. So here's the text message thread. Why did that photo make me jealous? You two together. Then Dixon says, ha ha ha, I don't know. I'm just Brad. It's just Brad. We're at 22. Wait, we're at 22. Okay, so it's just Brad. Tyler Perry, LOL. Then he said he wanted to go for a quick walk to get his steps in, and now I'm walking to Chipotle by myself. And this is supposedly from Tyler. Thick Derek, get that Chipotle. I said, my God, not the thick Derek. Okay, so for example, so another man named Brad. Let's go to the next one. We're at 28 at the bottom. And another text message, Perry stated to Dixon, what is it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that yet in therapy? You can have freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. Plaintiff carefully navigated a friendly demeanor to prevent the loss of income and opportunity on one hand, and on the other, firm boundaries. He set a firm boundary against Perry's advances. Often, when Mr. Perry started drinking, he would demand more attention from plaintiff. Okay, and so here's the text message thread. What is it going to take for you to have guiltless sex? Have y'all found that in therapy yet? Now, when he said, have y'all found that in therapy yet? So is that not saying that he's asking him about him and someone else? Like, I don't know if he has a partner or not. Thank you, Miss Billy, for the super chat. Thank you, my love. Hello, Teresa. Thank you, Miss Billy, again. Everybody like and share the life. You just coming in. So I don't know what y'all think about that. He says, have y'all found that in therapy yet? As if he's asking about him and a partner or somebody he's talking to or something. I don't know. That may be how I'm reading it, and maybe that's not how it is. But y'all can let me know what y'all feel like that is in the comments. Okay, let me continue. Giving up my religious guilt, becoming a Buddhist. That's so cool. Where you came from. Unfortunately, Derek, I have friends who are in their 50s and 60s who are still dealing with that, and it's so sad. You can have the freedom from religious guilt and still believe in Christ. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, so planning to get more aggressive with his flirting. One occasion when Perry was drinking, he stated he started to become extremely annoyed when Mr. Dixon avoided him. Mr. Perry stated that of the 600 people in his phone book, he only wanted to talk to Mr. Dixon. And here's the text message thread that they're showing. Treating myself right. What are you doing, Derek? Just talking to my sister. I roll. Fine. Good night. I'll go through the 600 people in my phone book and be annoyed that the only one that I don't want to talk to any of them. Then Derek says, trying to get off so I can go to sleep. My God. Let's see. Trying to get off so I can go to sleep. Tyler says, I understand. Then Dixon says, apparently you're not the only one that's been drinking tonight. And Tyler said, I just started. And then he says they didn't. Speaking of his family, his sister that he's talking to, I'm assuming. Dixon did his best to tiptoe around Tyler Perry's sexual aggression while keeping on Mr. Perry's good side. Mr. Perry made it clear to Dixon that if Dixon ignored Perry or failed to engage with his sexual innuendos, Dixon's character would be unalive in the next season. Indeed, Dixon's character Dale was shot 4 times in the chest and ended his first season in the Oval. And Perry always held over Mr. Dixon's head and the implication that Dale would survive if Dixon kept Perry happy. Once Perry recognized the extent of the control he had over Mr. Dixon, he escalated his behavior. On multiple occasions, Mr. Perry's sexual assault S.A. Mr. Dixon, including one instance where he forcibly pulled off Mr. Dixon's clothing, groped his buttocks, and attempted to force himself on Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon had told a drunken Perry no and attempted to remove Mr. Perry's hand, but Mr. Perry held tightly on that ass. Mr. Perry held tightly on that ass. Onto Derek's wrist. Mr. Perry was only able to escape. Mr. Dixon was only able to escape after de-escalating the situation by abruptly changing the subject. The day after the assault, Mr. Perry called him and texted Mr. Dixon relentlessly saying, tried. Wait a minute. Is that making sense? Let me go back. Oh, 13. We're on 13. Saying, tried you, call me. I really need to talk to you. Please call as soon as you can. Finally, when Mr. Dixon answered, Tyler Perry said, Tyler Perry's call. Mr. Perry profusely apologized for the SA while blaming it on other things. Perry continued, he didn't know why he would do that. Maybe he was self-sabotaging. On one of the very same calls, he apologized for the SA against Mr. Dixon. Perry told Dixon, and don't worry, we're going to do you a show. Referring to the pilot Perry knew Mr. Dixon had desperately wanted to produce. Shortly after, Mr. Dixon got a call from Perry's lawyer saying that the Christmas had come early and that Dixon was getting a substantial raise and that the show was greenlit. Perry's attorney explicitly warned Dixon not to tell any other actors about Dixon's raise, and because no other actors were getting a raise, only Dixon. Some more text messages. Let me take me a sip. Y'all like and share the live, Help towards the super chat and cash app goal if you can. I don't know, but Penny probably is posting the cash app in the chat. Perry kept telling Dixon that he was sorry and had the harassment, that the harassment would never happen again. However, the harassment and assaults continue. Mr. Perry would also try to deflect and blame the SA by saying Dixon didn't have a strong enough no. Perry told Dixon that you have to be able to say no and to propositions for sex, and mean it and make it clear. Dixon did not know how to answer without facing retaliation, cancellation of his production contract, or perhaps being unalived off the show. So instead, Dixon made a joke out of the situation, stating, I'll only say yes to sex if it gets me an Oscar. So here's the text message straight on the right. Let's see. Can we make it bigger? Nice. Santa Monica is nice. I'm glad you're going out there. How is your no? How is your no? Is it stronger? You gotta have a strong no. Yes, it's strong. My mom literally think I'm going to sell my soul to Illuminati. She heard Kanye say that it's real. What I don't know, I don't think what's that? Well, I don't think that, but I do think that you have to be able to say no. So this is not really adding up for me. I'll say that. It's not adding up for me. It almost seems like here, and I'm not saying the whole thing, but it almost seems like right here, that they're trying to piece together some stuff. But I don't know. You know, I'm continuing to read it and all of this stuff, and I'm just reading this while y'all are here. So you have to be able to say no, and mean it and make it clear. It's only yes if it gives me an Oscar. Just kidding, just kidding. I hear you. Well, the only one who could have gotten that for you through sex is in prison. And I guess he's talking, why is he talking about Diddy? So just stick to the no unless you are really into him. So this part right here is not really making sense as an advancement. It's almost like right here he's giving him advice, but I guess he's saying that, you know, there was that previous conversation where he was saying like, oh, he was like sorry for doing it, and then he was telling him you have to say no better. So I guess he's trying to say here he was reemphasizing on, you know, I guess his quote unquote apology and saying say no better, so a person will know your no means no. In response to Tyler Perry stating the only one who could have gotten the Oscar for you through sex is in prison, so just stick to the no unless you're really into him, emphasis added. And then he sent the little smiley face. Perry reveals through the text messages that no, he was referencing the Dixon's no in the sexual exchange for promoting. Let me read that over again. Perry reveals through these text messages that the no he was referring to was Dixon's no to the sex in advance for promotion in the industry, classically known as a quid pro quo sexual harassment. Perry sent this message to Dixon because this is exactly what Tyler Perry was doing. At some point, Dixon left Atlanta and moved to Santa Monica to create distance from Tyler Perry. However, even through the distance, Mr. Perry continued to harass Mr. Dixon sexually. The plaintiff, Dixon, is an individual who resides in the state of California. The defendant, Tyler Perry, is an individual who resides in the state of Georgia. And hold on, let me go back to see what number I left off. That was 25. Okay, Tyler Perry in the state of Georgia. Wait. Let's see. Defendant Tyler Perry, the original state of Georgia. Okay, so okay, I know what happened here. So there was a lot of legal jargon that was like basically talking about the laws and statutes that were being, I guess, alleged. So that part was skipped. Let me take me another sip. Y'all get in here and like and share this live. If y'all have not shared the live, please do. Tag a friend, bring them on in, share it to the groups that you're in. Okay. In or around September 2019, plaintiff worked for an event company called Legendary Events in Atlanta that was hired to organize the fitness party, Perry Studio opening. The party plaintiff was recruited by Tony Conaway, the owner of Legendary Events and close friend to Tyler Perry. Mr. Conaway decided to place Dixon directly in the role at a party that required frequent conversation with Perry. Defendant Perry picked plaintiff out of a crowd of employees present at the party and began asking plaintiff questions about his employment status and whether plaintiff was an actor. That's 2. In or around early October, and on the last day of the party, defendant Perry insisted that he and the plaintiff exchanged phone numbers, and Perry subsequently texted the plaintiff to introduce himself. Perry began by asking Dixon about his dreams and aspirations. Dixon told Perry that he was interested in acting and writing. Perry then told Dixon to do an audition over the phone and send it to Perry. Perry did. Dixon told Perry that he was at a Halloween party. Perry asked to see pictures of Dixon in his costume, and Dixon complied. When Perry saw the picture, he texted, "I was gonna say, your cowboy needs a sugar daddy." My God, on to that. I was gonna say your cowboy needs a sugar daddy. Perry continued, "Baby, I feel like I'm reading what's that lady that used to do those novels? Hey, Summer's Room. Thank you, Antoinette Lane. Hey, what is that lady that used to do those novels back in the day? Was it Zane or something like that? Baby, I feel like I'm reading a novel from the Zane. Is that her name, Zane? Somebody tell me, is that her name? Um, so yes, Zane. Okay, cool. Okay, where did I leave off at? Let me see. In or around, let me see. Oh no, we was your cowboy needs a sugar daddy. Perry continued with, "You look great. You're just lacking costume parts. Sorry, don't want to offend you." Dixon responded, "Not at all. It's so true. Half-ass costume." To which Perry replied, "What's true? Cowboy needs a sugar daddy?" Ah! Implying that Perry wanted to be, Lord Jesus, Dixon's sugar daddy. Dixon quickly shut down those comments by reiterating that what he said earlier that was true, that he was lacking costume parts. Shortly after, Dixon's boss at Legendary Events called Dixon and told him that Tyler Perry was having another event in Los Angeles and specifically wanted Mr. Dixon to fly from Atlanta to Los Angeles to work for that event. Excited for the opportunity to fly to Los Angeles, Dixon was flattered and jumped on the opportunity to meet Perry again. Shortly after doing the event on November the 3rd, 2019, defendant Perry sent plaintiff several text messages that he would love to find the plaintiff a job and change plaintiff's life, insisting that they should make it happen. Perry sent Dixon what turned out to be an ominous warning. 21. Now here's my thing. I got another. What was that man's name on now this man is attractive, right? Now either I got one or two questions. Now, if this is his type, I'm trying to get a good picture. I got something to show you. If this is his type, I like Wyatt. Wyatt seemed to be a little. I don't know if y'all remember Wyatt from Have and Have Nots. Wyatt seemed to be a little better looking to me as far as the white chocolate. But I guess to each their own. This man, he's nice looking too. But Wyatt, unless Wyatt might have already been there and done that, I don't know who's to say. But anyway, let me get back to the what we're supposed to be talking about. I just thought about Wyatt real quick. That they should make it happen. Perry sent Dixon what turned out to be an ominous warning. Be careful hanging around me. I cause dreamers to dream bigger. I cause them not to only believe, but do. Let's make it happen. You're an artist. You have to be fulfilled. Nothing else will suffice. The very next day, defendant Perry sent an email which contained an offer for plaintiff to play a role of Dale in Perry's television show The Ruthless. Perry said it was a small role that could get a lot bigger, thereby setting up a first stage in a series of escalating quid pro quo offers. At this point, Dixon did not know that Perry was interested in men or that he was looking for a sexual relationship. Dixon assumed that Perry was genuinely a caring person who discovered the talent of Dixon always discovered the talent that Dixon always felt he had. Dixon filmed his roles in The Ruthless in mid-November and went back to his job in the event staff for legendary events. Approximately 1 month later, Perry bought and gave Dixon a new car. My God, on today. Because he hated Dixon's Jeep. Dixon was surprised and elated. Now, what the fuck you thought was going on? Dixon had no idea that he was being set up by Perry for an extreme dependence. In November 2019, Dixon was requested to be part of an event staff at another event at Perry's home in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. After that event, Perry started frequently sending text messages, making phone calls, and demanding that Dixon give Perry some attention. Put my phone on silent. All right, I think some more text messages about to come up as well. That he give Perry more attention. On New Year's Eve 2019, Tyler Perry texts Dixon, I can't tell you the last time I pumped gas, or went to the supermarket, or flew commercial, or packed a bag, or had good sex. Not put in had good sex in it. And started rubbing Dixon's body around his inner thigh. Let me make sure I didn't skip in there. That was okay. This one for. Wait a minute. I did skip something. Hold on. Woo! I see something. Thank you so much, Rhonda Hill. I appreciate you, my love. Hold on. I done got some kind of way I got out of water. Let me see something. Okay, here we was at 21. Thank you so much, Rhonda Hill. Thank you, my love. If you can help towards the Cash App or Super Chat goal, please do. Okay. Let's. So he don't remember when the last time he had good sex. So that's 21, 22. It was before I was rich. So, y'all showing out tonight. Thank you so much, Matrice Melendez. Hey, my love, how you been? Thank you for coming on through for supporting the live stream. I appreciate you both. I appreciate you all for supporting the stream. Okay, let's keep going because it's a lot. It's a lot. So Tyler Perry said, I haven't had good sex, but before I was rich. Dixon found these messages to be strange and untowardly coming from someone like Tyler Perry. But being new in the industry, Dixon played along with downplaying the sexual comments and hoping that being around Tyler Perry would allow him to showcase his talents as an actor and writer. Soon after Dixon began giving Tyler Perry more attention, Perry made his move on Dixon. January of 2022. So do it take that long to make a move? Just a few months after bought him a car. Just a few months after his first acting gig, Perry invited Plaintiff to his home in Douglasville County, Georgia. Plaintiff showed up to his home, hoping that he would be given a chance to befriend Perry and show him how talented as an actor he was. Now, at this point, ain't you done already acted? You ain't showed him already? At Perry's home, Dixon was served many alcoholic drinks, which Perry also partook in. Dixon felt that Perry was genuinely interested in Dixon's talent as an actor and writer. Perry made no sexual advances at Dixon while they were drinking, and the conversation was friendly. At the end of the night, Perry told Dixon not to drive home. Perry said it was dangerous and that Dixon was too inebriated to drive home. Dixon agreed and was escorted to a separate. Now, one thing about Douglasville, baby, you don't want to play out here. Escalated to a separate. Let me see. 25. Guest room. Not knowing that it was a ruse to allow Perry to assault Dixon. Dixon was tired and did not have any pajamas, so he got into bed wearing underwear. Before he knew what was happening, Dixon felt someone else slip into the bed with him. Lord Jesus. and started rubbing on Dixon's body around his inner thighs in a tight, sexual, aggressive manner. Dixon turned around and saw Perry was in his bed. Number two. It was in the bed with him. At this point, Dixon's stomach started to turn, and he began feeling nauseous. Insistent, Dixon jumped out of bed and that he wasn't told Perry that he wasn't that sexual. Tyler Perry ignored the comments and told Dixon to turn around. So he wanted it from the bike. Turn around. You want it from the bike? And told him to turn around so Perry could see him naked in his underwear. Perry then commented on how beautiful Dixon's body was. Dixon once again told Perry that he was not into sex. Dixon kept informing Perry that he was not into the sex in order to keep Perry at bay while at the same time not insulting the person who was dangling his career in front of him. In response to Dixon's frequent assertion that Dixon was not into sex, Perry started further prying. Perry would send Dixon a text message saying, I hope that you would not let someone hold you and make love. I would hope that you would let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best years of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Now, I can't lie. This seems like, okay, from those other text messages where he was saying, like, did you and your partner or did you discuss this in therapy with somebody? And then these text messages, it almost seems like Dixon told him something about some type of sexual frustration or blockage, maybe in his relationship or something. And this is what I'm perceiving by it. I don't know. And that now he's trying to turn it around and say it was about him. That's just my first this is my first time glancing at this, my first time looking at it, and it's my first initial reaction to seeing these messages. So y'all can tell me how y'all feel about it. It's not really adding up to me, this part anyway. Let me take me another sip. Okay. So after he said, well, it's not this person. Well, it's not this person. But yes, I want that too. I'm working on it. Therapy is helping. It's not this person. Yeah, this sounds like they're actually talking about something that the Dixon guy said he's going through as far as like not wanting to have sex, but not with Tyler Perry, with somebody else. That's how I'm interpreting this right now. Let me see. You said, what were they drinking? It was a reporter drinking. But can somebody tell me what they think about this conversation, this text thread that's going on? Because so far it's not giving me that. In response to Dixon's frequent assertion that Dixon was not into sex, Perry started prying further. I already read that. I will hope that you will let someone hold you and make love to you. You are missing the best part of your life, my friend. Trust me, I hope you get past that block in your mind soon. Perry was implying that Dixon would hopefully get past the block in his mind and will let Tyler Perry make love to him. After that assault in January, Dixon felt betrayed. Perry continued to call and text Dixon every day, asking him to talk to him and more. Dixon ignored Perry, which led to Perry texting back, which led Perry to text him, Derek, why don't you text me anymore? Let me see what y'all saying. It sounds like there's a lot of text messages missing. Oh, I'm sure of that, Lioness. Let me see. Sound like he was trying to entrap Tyler Perry. That's what I'm kind of getting a little bit too. Because the text messages ain't really like text messaging for me. Woo! I heard something. Baby, Rhonda Hill just sent another Big cash app, huge cash app. Thank you so much, Rhonda Hill. She said, this is support. You baby, you damn sure right it is. Listen, as we continue, please like and share the live. Like and share the live. There's more text messages. There's more coming up. At some point, we might do a cutoff point, and I may do a part 2 early tomorrow because there's a lot of stuff to get through. But we're not even at 12 o'clock yet. So let's continue. And then I'll ask y'all a little bit closer to 12. Let me see. You're missing the best friend. I hope you get past that about Perry. Perry was implying it was in the middle of the after the assault in January. Dixon felt betrayed. Did we read it already? Perry continued to contact. Okay, 23. We at 23, and the more Dixon ignored Perry, the more aggressive Perry became. Until finally, Perry offered Dixon a part in a new show called The Oval. Dixon was intrigued and was hoping that this would be this big break and was looking for a chance for him to display his talent. Hey, new member alert. Rhonda Hill showing out tonight. Y'all welcome. Rhonda Hill is our newest nosy neighbor on YouTube. Now, I know she was a member on Facebook. Actually, no, she's renewing her membership. So thank you for renewing your membership, my love. If you all let your membership lapse, please, Penny, if you could put in the link to renew your membership. And if you want to become a new nosy neighbor, you can get that link to do that as well. Thank you, Rhonda. Let's see. Okay. Dixon was intrigued and hoping that this would be his big break, and he was looking for a chance for him to display his acting talent. On February 11, 2020, Perry told Dixon to quit his job, okay, at the leisure event and come work. Let me see what that last thing was. We're at 28 or 74. Oh, exclusively for Perry. Perry was not able to control Dixon, so as long as Dixon had a secondary income and was providing for his basic needs. Once Dixon quit his job due to his role in the Oval, Tyler Perry started getting more and more personal with Dixon, knowing that Dixon was now under his control. Perry would often say things like, I give and I give and I give, and no one ever does anything for me in return. No one ever gives me what I want or what I need, implying that Dixon was not giving him sex. Perry started asking Dixon about Dixon's sexual preferences, what role Dixon took when engaging in sexual acts, i.e., whether he was top or bottom. Are you a top or bottom? Which in sexual terms, meaning whether Dixon preferred to give or receive anal sex. Perry further indicated to Dixon that he had sex with men before, and he was a top. My God. So let's say Tyler Perry top. Perry further told Dixon that when you have a big dick and when you hit that G spot right on these, my God, on today. Well, why didn't it show? Oh, I guess this wasn't a text message. This must have been a verbal. Because I want to see that text message. When you hit that G spot and you have a big dick, you make these bottoms go crazy. Now, that's true now. Perry further told plaintiff that he wanted a man who was in a relationship with another individual, but with whom he could be with emotionally involved and hold on. Perry further told plaintiff that he wanted a man who was in a relationship with another individual, but with whom he could be emotionally involved and engaging in sexual acts with, like a friend with benefits relationship, because Perry did not have time to deal with the emotional aspects of a relationship, only physical. Despite these comments, Dixon knew that a full throttle refusal would land him in the doghouse and might result in him being cut out of the Oval. Fearing that his career would end before it began, Dixon put up with these comments and continued to maintain that he was not a sexual person. On or around March 20th, Dixon received the script for the Oval. He was written in as season regular and therefore expected to quit his job at legendary events. Dixon's character was written as a gay, homeless, and desperate store clerk, my God, who had to sleep with one of the other characters for a place to stay. More importantly, at the end of the season, His character would be shot 4 times in the chest. Dixon felt that this was his way for Perry to test Dixon out for a year and see if he would be loyal to Perry. When Dixon asked Perry about the shooting, Perry indicated that if Dixon did a good, let's see, what number was we on? Oh, that if he did a good job, Dixon would be back, and that shooting didn't necessarily mean that Dixon's character would be out of the script for the season. Perry commented that Dixon's character was only shot in the chest and not the head. That's interesting. Dixon immediately understood his job security depended on a relationship with Perry. From this point, Dixon worked with the constant fear of losing his job, and he did not engage with and endure Perry's sexual harassment. Shortly after giving Dixon his news, and after telling Dixon that future seasons were dependent on Dixon doing a good job, quote unquote, Tyler Perry invited Dixon to his home in Atlanta. Plaintiff asked questions and tried to wiggle his way out of the invitation because he remembered what happened to him the last time they were alone. However, plaintiff knew that his job security, income, and livelihood depended on his attendance. Plaintiff had seen other employees of Paris who had experienced sudden deaths on the show when they fell on Perry's bad side. In fact, Perry made it very clear that Dixon that he would often unalive characters in order to get the actor to be more loyal or obedient. When Dixon arrived at the house, Tyler Perry gave Dixon a warm welcome and was very friendly. Soon after, Tyler Perry started asking Dixon a slew of sexually charged questions, even asked Dixon if he liked it rough in bed. Perry then physically reached around and violently grabbed Dixon's throat, attempted to physically choke Dixon, and remarked, "Wow, look how excited you just got. You look like that? I mean, do you like that?" Dixon was horrified, shocked, and in panic. Dixon never thought that Perry could get so violent and would place his hands around Dixon's throat in a sexual, aggressive manner. Dixon did not enjoy or consent to any of this conduct. Dixon was in shock and took steps to immediately de-escalate the situation. Now, due to the onset of COVID-19 pandemic, March of 2020, filming for The Oval was postponed indefinitely. During the period in which filming for The Oval was postponed, Perry would make FaceTime calls and other contacts to Dixon almost every day, threatening Dixon as his on-call pet. Now, at this point, what I would wonder, if all of this is true, at this point, shouldn't Dixon be recording every conversation from Tyler Perry? I mean, I'm not saying he did it, but I haven't read anything so far about recording conversation. At this point, when he done did all of this, don't you want to record every conversation that you have with him and or see if you can have a video or something? But hold on. Let me get my drink together. Y'all hold your line. Hold your line. Let me see what y'all said in the chat. I just would think at this point that you would be I would think at this point that you would be recording everything from this man. Where do we leave off? Okay, the Oval was postponed during this filming for the Tampa would make face. Okay, so to just 28. Okay, 32, 33. This is 28. Okay. So Dixon felt obligated to answer for fear of losing his role, income, and career. Perry often asked about Dixon about his whereabouts, often demanding that Dixon responds immediately. When he did it, Perry would send him text messages stating, Derek, grr, and what are you doing? Additionally, Perry was jealous of anyone who Dixon had a relationship with. Tyler Perry told Dixon that if Dixon got COVID-19 from a roommate at the time, Dixon would not be able to shoot at the Oval. I mean, yeah. Perry encouraged Dixon to move into one of his on-set studio houses owned by Perry, where Perry would have more control over Dixon's whereabouts. I got on today. Therefore, Perry would text the plaintiff other actors on the show. Therefore, Perry would text plaintiff about other actors on the show ruthless. Perry told Dixon how he manipulated employees through ruthless retaliation. Perry told Dixon that if he did not like the way an actor behaved or the way the actor was acting, the character would simply die in season 2. Dixon understood that Perry was informing Dixon to be cautious about disappointing or upsetting Perry. As a result, Dixon continued to put up with Perry's suggestive messages and sexual advances while doing his best to protect himself by taking notes and amassing evidence of the sexual harassment and keeping old text messages. Now, if he knew he was doing this, I don't understand why he wasn't recording him too. Like when he's saying all of this stuff that you're saying he's saying, why aren't you recording him saying it? In one conversation in or around April of 2020, Perry told Dixon that Perry imagined Dixon prancing around in a cowboy outfit and that Perry did things to Dixon that he could not, and that Perry did things to Dixon and he could not talk about with Dixon about that further because they were so wrong. In or around April of 2020, while Dixon was living in the studio homes on set, Perry often coerced Dixon to drink alcohol and then get on the phone with Perry. Perry would frequently, why you ain't record the calls, man? Perry would frequently have someone drop off alcohol at Dixon's door. Perry would eventually turn these phone calls into, this is 22, sexual explicit rants. Perry would get frustrated with Dixon and tell Dixon that he was not going to give Perry what he needs. Dixon refused to succumb to Perry's sexual advances causing Perry to be more frustrated. Eventually, Perry warned Dixon that if Dixon told his castmates about the harassment, Dixon would be opening himself to a lot of questions and foolishness and demanded that Dixon did not discuss their conversation to his castmates. We're at 38. Perry upped the stakes by telling Dixon point blank that he was not telling anyone about their friendship. Perry told Dixon that it should remain a secret and tried to make it seem as if the secret was for Dixon's benefit. Perry continued to sexually harass Dixon. On June the 27th, 2020, defendant Perry texted Dixon that he wanted for his birthday, that all he wanted for his birthday were biscuits and blowjobs, referring to oral. My God, on today. But that all Perry received was biscuits, insinuating the request for oral from Dixon. Now, let me blow up the text messages. That's a little blurry, but I can see it. I think I can. Listen to me. And I think the gray is still Tyler Perry, allegedly. Listen to me. If you get cast, if you let the cast know that you and I have a new friendship, then you are opening yourself up to a lot of questions and foolishness. You want them to know that you are here because of your talent and not because you have a friendship or because Tony got me to give you a job. You earned your spot like everyone else. Don't give people an opportunity to play you small or they will. I can't teach you everything. Unfortunately, there are some things that you'll have to learn for yourself. Because when we go back to work, I'm not going to know you. I don't have any friends that work with me. Hold on. I don't have any friends that work for me, my friend. Professionalism is key. So it's not really adding up. It seems like, to me, it's my first reaction to all of this is he's trying to twist this around. Dixon says you're totally right. Tyler says I hope you got it, my friend. Dixon says that makes total sense. Tyler says just watch the behavior of everyone around me on set. Yeah, I will. Don't want to give anyone that opportunity because work is work. Now I could be wrong. I'm just telling you my honest opinion about observing this, um, and like looking at this for the first time. We are quite a few super chats away from our goal, quite a few cash app away from our goal. If you can support the channel via cash app or super chat, please do. Okay, let's go to the next. Hold on, did we already? Let's see. Okay, yeah. Let's go to the next one. So this. Okay. This text was followed by other messages calling Dixon cute and cutie, and Perry was just thinking about Dixon. Despite all these advances, Dixon continued acting professionally and continued to tell Perry he was not sexual. That seemed to be the only way keeping Perry at bay while keeping his job. In July of 2020, Perry remarked about how much he loved the script for Dixon's television series called Losing It, and exclaimed that he wanted to shoot the pilot for it. Perry would never really work towards that goal, and Perry was really doing. And what Perry really was doing was making Mr. Dixon more dependent on Perry, so that Perry could later extract sexual favors from Dixon in a quid pro quo to produce the pilot. In or around August of 2020, Dixon and his castmates began shooting the Oval after delays due to COVID-19 pandemic, during which all castmates and crew lived in the studio set in the quarantine bubble. Now, I do remember I watched the guy DeVal, and I think at that time they did live in a quarantine bubble because they was trying not to get COVID and trying not to get exposed to COVID. So I think that was a thing for everybody at that time. Let me get a couple comments. Thank you, Penny. That's the cash app. Let's have done that. Thank you, Penny. He set Tyler up because Dixon knew those text messages would one day pay off. That's why he wants $260 million. That's true. Why only $260 million? Not only. Everybody looking for a payout. $900 million. Why not go high? Okay. So let's see. Hold on. Take me another sip. Okay, where do we leave off? We're ready for the next one. Okay, so we're 26 and shortly after, Perry confided in Dixon that two castmates were pissing him off, and that Perry swore that he knows how to fix this shit. Perry added that he loved unaliving a motherfucker in a show that no one expects, that he was going to shoot them all and unalive them all, referring to unaliving the characters in the Oval. Did we read this already? But I swear I know how to fix this shit. I love unaliving a motherfucker in a show that no one expects. You could be sipping my ties. We read this. Okay, so let's go. Okay. More importantly, so referring to unaliving characters in the Oval played by actors who Perry wanted to retaliate against. More importantly, Perry stated in one text message, I may need to shoot out early, which Dixon understood that meant unless the actors knew they were. I wonder is this thing going to be on the next slide? No, let me read that now. Let me go back. Okay, so the text message says, they are stupid to think that, so stupid. I'm going to have a come to Jesus moment with them. I'm going to shoot them all, get shot. I think I'm going to shoot them all, get shot. So that's not making a lot of sense. That'll do it. I'm trying to read this. It's quite blurry. They'll be like, wait. I may need to shoot out early, like Tuesday, or maybe okay that Beyonce song on the loudspeaker for everyone. I'm not following this conversation right now. Let me see. Let's word. This is uh, that the actors were going to die and that their time on the show was over and that they wouldn't change their ways if they didn't change their ways. Perry was going to film the shootout early so that the actors would have to be more submissive to Perry's request. Let me see, I just got a message. Okay. To Perry's request. Perry intentionally made these comments to instill fear in Dixon. Mr. Dixon, not knowing that he would lose his job if Dixon did not play ball with Perry's sexual harassment. That is what, and let's see, was there anything else in this text message? It was just about text you this. Okay, cool. So we're at 28. That is what, okay. Perry had been setting up. Dixon was now fully reliant on Perry's income, hope, and future aspirations. Perry made it clear that Dixon was not to disclose their relationship to anyone else, and Dixon was aware that Perry could unalive him anytime in the show for good, therefore ending his career if Dixon got on Perry's bad side. The top of it all, Dixon already knew that his character was shot 4 times at the end of the season, but the shots might have not been fatal. In July of 2020, Perry read the script of Dixon pilot and told Dixon that he loved the show so much and he wanted to shoot the pilot for it. Dixon did not know that Perry never intended on shooting that show. Perry knew that he could use the motivation for the shooting of Mr. Dixon's show to get Mr. Dixon to do what he had been resisting for many months, which was give Mr. Perry the sexual gratification that Perry so craved. Once the stage was set, Perry knew he could get away with the sexual harassment. During the filming of The Oval in 2020, Perry engaged in several persuasive tirade of sexual commentary, including but not limited to that Dixon liked being choked. Following Dixon's being choked by cast, hold on. Following Dixon being choked by a cast member in one of the scenes. Why do you twist your hips when you walk? How can I get a day of Dixon? When will you be thick again? I love how I feel right now, but I don't like being horny. I feel so sorry for the first person who flirts with me. I've been trying to put that energy elsewhere, but everything is sexual on this stuff. That snake across the table made me think of a photo of Nicki Minaj in the music video Anaconda, in which references intercourse with the male genitalia, symbolizing. Why is that so big? Symbolized by a snake. I will gladly shop or sick. What? I would gladly sick you right now, referring to Perry's desire to choke. I guess it doesn't mean choke. So, not the lawyers having the typos. So I guess that was supposed to be I would gladly choke, but then it says sick you right now, referring to Thomas Perry desire to choke Dixon in a sexual way. A suggestion that Dixon would get embraced behind his teeth. No, a suggestion that Dixon should get braces behind his teeth, but that the plaintiff would have to give up BJ's and that it could be dangerous for Dixon's partner, especially if they are not circumcised. So again, we're talking now back about a partner again. But let's continue. That's what. First of all, even if he was, I just would think Tyler Perry would know better. I would think he would know better, just as I think a lot of these men would know better about the stuff that they be doing. I mean, listen, man, get you somebody who wants you back or something. Like, you got too much money to be like chasing behind somebody who does not want you or is not taking your advances. And you done told the man that you trying to, allegedly, you done told the man that you trying to be somebody's sugar daddy. So that if he don't want your sugar, go give your sugar to somebody who want it. There's plenty of people want some sugar. Shit. The hell you keep messing with somebody who don't want the sugar? It's just crazy to me. If you want to be a sugar daddy, get a sugar to somebody who want it. Okay. Especially if the partner was not circumcised. That's when you were thick Derek, fun Derek, drunk Derek, before COVID Derek. I miss him just without a butt. And thick Derek would work. Thick Derek would have worked them pants out. Perry also autographed Dixon's buttocks. Not autographed. Perry also photographed Dixon's buttocks while on set and sending the pictures to Dixon. Two text messages out of many showing that Perry was jealous of seeing Dixon with another man, and Perry described Dixon as so beautiful. Let me see if I think I got those on another text thread. Let's see. So why did that photo just make me jealous? You two together. Ha ha ha. I don't know. It's just Brad. We read this already. Think Derek. Okay, let me see what the next one says. Right. Why is this? Well, it's not this person, but I just wanted to know another therapy example. We read this already. Okay, let's continue. And I think what we're gonna do, y'all, is go to 12 o'clock because when I tell you it's so much more, we're only about halfway through this stuff. Only about halfway through. So I'm gonna ask y'all what time y'all want me to come on tomorrow because we're definitely gonna have to continue. There's over. Did I get to 90? I don't know if I got to 90. I think I might have gotten to 80 or 90 messages of this stuff of the lawsuit. This series of comments and unwanted sexual references made Dixon highly uncomfortable. Dixon was caught in the blind. He could not complain to anyone in HR. He had nowhere to turn for relief from the sexual harassment, and he knew that if he did not endure it, he would be killed off from the Oval. Dixon was unsure whether he joked back or rebuffed Perry's sexual harassment, so he endured it, knowing that his job was on the line if he did not engage. Perry would also shame Perry would also share intimate details of his own sexual life with Dixon. Among other things, Perry would tell Dixon that he had not had good sex since he became rich, and that there were certain times where he had been that had not been touched in months. On the second to the last day of the shooting for the Oval, Dixon filmed the episode where his character was shot 4 times, indicating that similarly ended his role on the show and was terminated from his job. It was precisely following the day of filming when Tyler Perry knew that Dixon's character fate would be decided. I'm sorry. When Dixon's character's fate was to be decided by Perry. And now the text messages say, and I think some of these messages are coming up twice because it's at different parts of the lawsuit. Right. And we just had a heaping dose of it, and now it's back to nothing. It's really weird. I didn't have any contact. What are you talking about? I haven't been touched in months. Oh, you mean touching? I thought you meant just being around people. Jacob. I thought that you only say that when I'm being stupid. I guess the Jacob dumbass version of me. Not dumb ass, but blonde. Okay, 14, 48. So character fate was being decided that Perry invited Dixon to his trailer for drinks. Dixon knew that refusing meant his character, the end of his character, so he accepted. I was there on the very same day that Perry dialed up the harassment to a new level. Tyler Perry asked Dixon straight to the point, "Are you attracted to me?" and demanded that Dixon answer. Plaintiff reiterated, hold on. Okay, there we go. Plaintiff reiterated the same way he did after the first assault by skirting around the question. Dixon told Perry that Dixon wasn't that sexual and looking for anything. Perry insisted on probing and did not stop. Perry continued to talk about how good looking and sexy Dixon was, and the plaintiff was wasting his looks and not being free and having sex. Dixon repeatedly defended these comments with neutral answers, consistently looking for ways to avoid Perry's sexual interrogation while continuing to worry about his future on the Oval. Mr. Perry was testing how far he could go with Dixon. After enduring the harassment and doing his best to dodge the situation, Mr. Dixon got up and the two exchanged goodbyes. As Dixon was leaving Perry's trailer, Perry got up and pinned Dixon against the wall. It's getting hot. This that book again. Perry began aggressively groping Dixon's buttocks in sexual motion. My God, you better. No, let me shut up. All right, Tyler. Perry began reaching down towards Dixon's buttocks and groping Dixon's butt in a strong and sexual manner that could not have been a mere incident. Dixon stood frozen in horror and could not reciprocate or fight back. All Dixon could do was let his body go cold and limp. Seeing that Dixon had no desire in Perry told Dixon that he was drunk and asked Dixon to leave the trailer. As soon as Dixon left the trailer, Perry's violent assault, after following Perry's violent assault, Dixon became severely nauseous and extremely anxious about his job, career, and livelihood. Dixon felt trapped within the confines of the studio quarantine bubble. There was still another shoot the next day. Dixon called his friend Justin Bryant on the phone and told him everything that had happened and was unaware of any human resource representatives that he could report the assault. Plaintiff had no one to turn to and nowhere to go to save him from Perry's aggressive sexual harassment and exploitation. 11. The next day, Perry acted like nothing happened, and this time he did not even offer Mr. Dixon an apology. Following his exchange, Dixon began avoiding Perry as much as possible. However, Dixon felt that he needed to answer Perry's insistent text messages, so he changed his approach. Dixon often pretended that he was asleep to avoid being harassed by Perry. However, Perry persistently texted Dixon the following messages. "Are you awake? Stop ignoring me. You are awake, Derek. Wake up. I know you're not sleeping. And give me attention." My God. In or around October 2020, Perry invited Dixon and the others from the Oval to cast. Hold on. In or around early October 2020, Perry invited Dixon and other actors from the Oval on a cash trip to Perry's personal island in the Bahamas. Dixon knew, as did everyone else on the show, that declining to go on the trip might cause Perry to erase you from the show. Dixon agreed to go, knowing that the whole cast was going to be there. One night, while in Perry's private island in the Bahamas, the cast was having a party. At the end of the night, Perry told Dixon that he wanted to talk to him. Dixon was caught off guard. Perry made alcoholic drinks and forced Dixon to drink them. Dixon knew that he could not refuse the drinks, otherwise he would risk upsetting Mr. Perry. Instead, Dixon tried to stay in control and sip the drink slowly. Tyler Perry did not control himself. He drank until it was clear that the alcohol made him bold and sexually aggressive. Perry told Dixon that he wanted a relationship with someone who could be emotionally and sexually available to him, but would also be permissive of Tyler Perry having his own relationship with someone else. Perry said he could see himself having a type of relationship with Dixon. Perry insisted that Dixon needed to be with someone rich because Dixon liked nice things. Perry told Dixon that he was watching all of the cast that they laid out in the sun and was tanning. Perry continued raving about how seeing Dixon greased up like that was driving him crazy. Tyler Perry said he would have burnt the whole island down if one of the other actors or anyone else from the group had touched Dixon that night. At this point, let me see. At this point, he once again aggressively six seized Dixon and groped his buttocks. Dixon once again did not reciprocate and froze up. Perry got the message and told Dixon to go to bed. Dixon was terrified and he could barely sleep. From that moment on, Perry became extremely frustrated and possessive. Perry wanted desperately for Dixon to be attracted to him, but Dixon was not. In one exchange, Perry sent pictures of, he sent the pictures, his nice picture. Yeah, the water does look calm. Let me see. Is that right behind? Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't skip nothing. No, that's right. On or around October the 18th. And y'all, we're probably gonna do a stop here in a little. And we're gonna pick up on part two because again, this is like over 100 slides. On or around October 18, 2020, uh, following Dixon's return from the Bahamas, Perry told Dixon that he was jealous that Dixon was giving too much attention to the other men. Perry stated that Dixon was being too much of a social butterfly and that he would need Dixon to sit still this week. Further attempting to exercise his influence over Dixon's interaction with other men, Perry continued to wield his position as Dixon's boss, demanding sexual attention in exchange for his continued employment. These text messages were followed by These text messages were followed by others to Dixon like, Derek, don't you dare ignore me. I deserve better. I deserve attention all the time. Dixon, out of fear of unknowing for his future and his career, continued to give Perry a social attention he demanded, even though Dixon would consistently get sexually harassed. On several occasions, Perry would text Dixon while drunk. In one exchange, Perry told Dixon, you know what I cook, Derek? And then proceeds to say, I'm so drunk, talking shit. In December of 2020, let me read the text message. You know what I cook, Derek? Then he says spaghetti, cake. Then he says you. I'm so drunk, talking shit. My God. Now that don't sound good. In December 2020, Dixon began feeling depleted due to Perry's continued pattern of sexual harassment. The assaults and harassment began manifesting into physical health, and Mr. Dixon had had no one to turn to. Dixon visited a physician who indicated that Dixon exhibited severe symptoms of acute stress, insomnia, stomach issues, and dangerously low cortisol levels due to the sexual harassment and assault. The physician prescribed Zoloft, an antidepressant for Dixon's ailment. The sexual harassment continued to begin in 2021. Perry continued sending Dixon unsolicited photos of Dixon's body from the set of the Oval, which comments such as, "Oh my God, look at this, Derek, thick." 6. No weight difference. I can do see it. I can do see it. I can't read something like that. Thick Derek. Okay, good. Let me see. All right. I think we're gonna use this as a stopping point. No, this is 50. Let me see. 59. Yeah, we're gonna use this as a stopping point. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. How do y'all feel about this so far? And what time tomorrow do y'all want me to come back on so we can finish? I'm gonna take a screenshot so I can see where we left off at. Or maybe I should write it down. Okay, I'll just remember to come back to the live. We're gonna pick back up here. What time do y'all think tomorrow? This is some deep shit. This is deep, 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 baby. When I saw all of these, so it's one thing to accuse somebody of something. It's another thing to have all of these text messages that, I mean, some of them are a little misleading to me, but then some of them are definitely seeming flirtatious. I just wonder if he knew all of this, why he didn't record him and have some of that conversation recorded, unless maybe later on we're gonna get to that he did record him. I just don't know why some of that conversation wasn't recorded. Y'all say anytime is good for y'all. Okay. I just realized I haven't seen any of Tyler's shows that started on BET, Lord. Lord Tyler, you want to chasing someone obviously doesn't want you. I mean, that's the thing, Davida. Like he got enough money. If he want to be a sugar daddy, just get somebody who wants the sugar. Hello, Donna. Sorry, I'm late. I'm watching the review. Okay, thank you, Janelle. Y'all say anytime tomorrow. He should have recorded. Yes, he should have recorded it, Deetra. He was already so suspicious a while ago. So why? At this point, then every time he came in the room or call you or whatever, that you wouldn't have the conversation recorded. That part, I don't get. I don't get that part. I don't get it. So what time tomorrow? Anytime y'all are saying? I know it's late, but I had to come on and do this part 1. We will do part 2 tomorrow. Many more text messages. Is many more accusations. He can give us all some sugar. And here's the thing, Tracy Franklin. I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm sure a lot of people would give him something if he tried to take care of them. Shit, they would damn give him whatever he wanted. Jack O'Reilly is going to go hard on him for sure. And another thing I don't understand is, all these people see, and which of course some of this stuff was 2019, 2020, whatever. But how many times do you have to see your peers go through the same shit to avoid going through it yourself? And why are you sending text messages? I don't get people. I don't get it. No, it'll be before 9 or 10 because we started late tonight, and I'm gonna need some time tomorrow to try to get through the rest of it. So I can tell you for sure it's gonna be before 9 or 10. I'm really thinking 5 or 6 tomorrow because again, it's quite a bit to go through. So I will wrap this up and we will pick it up tomorrow. Catch that replay if you need to catch that beginning. Something just isn't right. Tyler can't be that stupid. I mean, certain parts of it, Davida, does look like something isn't right. And certain parts of it look like he was doing too much. So I just want to keep on going, follow up with these other text messages because by the end, I'm going to put up a poll to ask y'all what y'all really think. Great, 6 is good for me. Okay, so maybe 6 o'clock. Maybe 6 o'clock. That'll give us plenty of no time. All right, so y'all have a good night. I know it's getting late for some of y'all. I think that they have so much power, no one is going to go against them, stupid ass. I mean, yeah, that could be it, Miss Coleman, but I don't know why they think that. That man been building up his evidence since 2019. Here it is, 2025. He just now coming out. It's just stupid to me. I wouldn't even be texting. I wouldn't even be texting that man all that stuff. If anything, 5 p.m. is good. Okay, so Charlotte said 5 p.m. So between 5 and 6 tomorrow. Now, don't quote me on that, but I'm going to try to be on between 5 and 6. Tyler is bouncing in both directions. I don't believe them. Okay. So we're gonna see. We're gonna read the rest of it. It's a lot. We're gonna get into the rest of it. I wanted to have, I wanted to put some of the Medea sound effects. So I'll have that together by tomorrow, and we're gonna continue to get into it, and we're gonna finish this out tomorrow. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Eastern Standard. Is somebody writing a novel? Let's see. Also, if you're in the bushes, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. If you need to renew your memberships, please do so. Let me post the membership link. If you need to renew your membership, please do so. Also, you can consider becoming a new nosy neighbor. There is a link in the chat. All right. Well, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. We will continue this tomorrow. Thank you for the cash apps, the super chats. We did not meet our goals tonight, but I thank y'all very, very, very much for participating in the goal. And I will see y'all tomorrow to continue this. There's many more text messages. There's more claims that this guy is making, and we will finish it up tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.